All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Raw After Party with Gonzo and OG Tony here on the In Your House Wrestling Network. I'm Gonzo, joined by OG Tony. How's it going?
Hey, going pretty good. Going pretty good. Watched Monday Night Raw. Thought it was a pretty good Raw. Thought it was definitely better than last week. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was definitely better than last week. You could definitely tell it was a, a Raw before a big PLE, uh,
Yeah,
tying up things, getting them ready for SummerSlam. A lot of video, a lot of video packages in tonight's show. A
a
lot of
lot of
video
video
packages.
package. A lot of video package. I
I
noticed
like the
that too.
video packages, but I know you're going to see a lot of complaining about how many video packages there were tonight. But you've heard me say this in the past. Me personally, that's one thing I really like about WWE is is how they do those video packages. Because if you're somebody that don't catch every week or every Raw or every SmackDown, then video packages really kind of help catch you up on on the story, and you know a little more of what's going on. But yeah, there was quite a few video packages tonight because like at the beginning of the show, you had the promo thing, you had the Lesnar and Oba, and then you had a match, and then it was like video package, promo, video package,
Yes, yes,
promo,
yes.
and then you got to another match.
Well, this is our first show. This is kind of our pilot episode. I'm gonna start off and just give the results for the four matches tonight, and then we'll break down a couple of the matches and talk about a couple of the segments, and hopefully everybody enjoys what we're doing. Uh, First of all, we started off with the first match of the night was the Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa taking on Vision. Visions are the tag team champions, but the belts were not on the line. Thought it was a decent match, but of course the Vision won the match. Otis looked pretty strong throughout this match, uh, but in the end, Otis and Tozawa took a pretty big beat down. What do you think of this match, Chris?
Let me get to my notes here. I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought honestly, I think they're overdoing it by having both Maxine Dupree and Logan Paul on the outside. I don't think you need both of them. I think one of them was fine. I think having both of them out there is a little too much. To me, it kind of distracted, took away a little bit away from the match, in my opinion. Then at the end though, Theory after the match he snapped when he went with that chair there at the end on the Otis. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match all in all. But I think it's a little overkill having both Dupree and Logan Paul on the outside.
I think they're interesting. I don't know if Braun fits this group anymore. Uh, and I think he's going to be there till at least Bronson Reed comes back. I think we're going to see I think we're going to see Braun Breaker go out on his own, maybe in the next month or two. But I like the group's dynamics. I think Maxine adds something. Now some people want to compare them. Oh, they're just another Judgment Day. I think they can be different in the Judgment Day, and who knows where the Judgment Day is going to be in a couple months. So I think it's interesting. I think they're moving in the right direction, considering that Divisions had so many injuries and had so many problems.
Got Josh in the comment section.
Hey, thanks, Josh. Uh, but yeah, I agree. I thought it was a decent match. Uh, the next one I wanted to go to was the Javon Evans match. Javon Evans beating Rusev in what I thought was a fantastic match. And real quick, what I loved about this match was the storytelling. There was a couple there, times there where just first of all, the big guy against the little guy. I always love that fight. Javon Evans is one of the most exciting things that WWE has on TV, and hopefully he continues to get a push. But the fight one time when he was fighting to not get into the accolade, I mean, he fought and fought and fought, and he fought to the ropes, and then Rusev got him an accolade, and he fought and fought and fought. I just thought great storytelling. I think Rusev's doing some great work too. Uh, I really, really enjoyed this match. I thought it was the match of the night for me. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it was a good match. I really like the aggressiveness that was showing. I've seen him in the past. He's always been good, but it's been more of the like happy-go-lucky uh, young guy, happy to be there kind of. And
Yeah.
I like that he's starting to show a more aggressive side, so I really liked it. And then, and I mean, if you watch, I mean, most of that match, it looked like Rusev was going to win that match. Like Rusev controlled a lot of that match. And like you said, with that accolade, it really looked like Rusev was going to pull off the win, but
Yep.
then Evans was able to pull it off. But it was, yeah, I agree with it. It was a real good match.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think that when Javon's on the screen, he really freshens up WWE. He adds something that they need. Some excitement. I mean, not that the other guys aren't exciting, but he's young and he's different. So I think he really adds something to WWE right now and to Monday Night Raw. Next up, let's go to Ethan Page defeating Rey Mysterio. Physical match. Man, I just love Ethan Page. I think he's a great heel. I think everything he does, he's good at storytelling. He's good, great being a great heel, and he's good at selling. Uh, I think he's been a great addition to Monday Night Raw, and I thought this was a pretty good match. Chris, your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, yeah, that was a good match. Page controlled a lot of that match. But yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of Page up to here probably the last few months, to be honest. But he's impressed me. Yeah, but I thought that was a real solid match. It was physical. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, it was physical, and I thought the wrestling on the show tonight was pretty good. So this brings us to the feature match of the night. It was right before the big segment with Seth and Roman, the women's intercontinental championship. Saw Ruka putting her title on the line against Raquel Rodriguez, uh, and Sal's the
Got a
new
new champ.
excuse me,
Got a
got a
new
new champ.
champ.
Yeah. What'd you think of the match? And I want to ask you what you thought first before I went because I read a few things online and I wanted to see what you thought first.
I thought it was a good match. Or a good match. I was surprised. I really didn't think Rodriguez was going to win. I thought Ruka would retain. So I was surprised there. Raquel did get busted. Was busted up. But
Yeah.
I actually thought that visual helped the match myself. But that's kind of the old school in me a little bit as well. But no, I thought it was a real good match. But yeah, I was surprised that they pulled the trigger and had Rodriguez win.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought it started a little rough, but then I thought once it got going, I thought it was really good. Again, I agree with you. I know they didn't plan on her to be getting a busted nose and probably a broken nose. I would say the way it looked. I thought it was a good match, but some people online were really critical, especially of So Ruka saying she's nothing but a botch machine and she botches everything. I
Now,
didn't
there
see
was
that.
one time she went to go do that DDT off the turnbuckle onto the rope, and she didn't get all of
She
her
didn't get
head. It
all of
kind
it.
of slipped a little bit. She didn't get
But
all of it. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't. I mean, I've
no,
seen worse. Like
I wouldn't call that a botch. I mean, sometimes you just
yeah,
don't connect, you
but no,
know?
I didn't think it was. I thought it was like I said, a
I
pretty good
thought
match.
wonder what Josh thought of the match. Josh, what did you think of that match? I thought it was very good. I think it's the right move. Sal is young in her career. She'll have other titles, so it's not a big. I don't want people to say, "Oh, she got buried." Rodriguez is her first championship in WWE at the big level. Not
Well,
the NXT is not a big level,
and
but it's been
and
a
the
while
way they
since she had
done
a
it,
championship.
they didn't bury her because the way they done it too. Because you had all the interference.
Yes,
Like
yes,
she didn't get beat clean.
no,
And I mean the way it was done, they're going to have another match. Ruka's going to get a rematch, get another title, get a shot at the title. So yeah, I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger yet, but like they didn't bury Ruka the way they done it. Like I said, they hell you had how many? That was another match. You had so many people fucking out there interfering. It was like what the hell's going on? Because you had all the Judgment Day out there. Then
yeah,
here came. I was waiting for Valkyria to come out. I thought she was. I thought for sure she was going to come out, or Valkyrie or whatever, however you
yeah,
pronounce her
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
I thought for sure she was
Lyra.
coming out.
That was one thing that I think people I think it's a fair criticism, and I know Marcus gets upset about it. guy that does shows with us on Gonzo Sports Room and stuff. Uh, Sometimes WWE, especially in the women's matches, gets caught up with too much interference, and I think they got to be careful of that. I mean, all pro wrestling sometimes gets caught up in that, but I think WWE in the women's division, especially with Judgment Day, and even right now with the Vision, I think sometimes you got to let them win clean. So I think they toe that line a little bit too much. Uh, and speaking of one thing I want to bring up before we move on to some of the segments, when you said that she got busted open, I thought that was interesting. Kind of a tie-in for the whole show. How Busted Open Radio is now WWE Radio, and how much advertising that they did for WWE Radio every 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was in the corner of the TV during every
Yeah,
match.
because see that was being Raw was being broadcast live on the radio too,
Yeah.
and, I think that's really cool. Especially people are truck drivers, people who are
Yeah,
work
I know
can't
like
be at home to watch it. I think that's interesting.
Marcus was kind of so I don't know how that would work, but I think if he was more of a sports fan that listened to sports like on the
Yeah,
radio before, I think he would get it more. Like if you've never listened to a game or something on the radio, I can understand. But like once you listen to something on the radio like that, like I'm a big baseball fan. I watch the Reds a lot. I watch almost
yeah,
every game, but I love listening to them on the radio. Like the game yesterday, I was out. I was cooking on the grill yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, so I listened to that game on the radio. Reds won in 10 innings. I love listening, and even basketball. Like Josh just said,
Yeah.
basketball games are. Hell, I remember growing up, we watched all the Pacer games, but we would have the
Yeah.
sound on the TV down, and we'd be listening to Slick Leonard,
Yep.
the radio broadcast.
Yeah, and as a kid, when I was growing up, we didn't get very many games of the Reds. And even though my dad wasn't a Reds fan, he was a San Francisco Giant fan, but he couldn't get that broadcast, so he listened to the Reds every day, every night. And so I grew up listening to the Reds. So yeah, I think if
And
Marcus,
and just think about this. Think about how many times we've been on our way home from an independent wrestling show or something, and there was a WWE show or AEW, or I guess
yeah,
AEW don't matter because it's not gonna be on there, but like a WWE
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I guarantee you, there's a bunch of them we'd have listened to if we'd have had that
Oh yeah.
option a
Well,
couple years ago.
Well, I'm sure if Marcus was sitting at home on a Friday night and he can't make it to the dub, he
Oh
would,
yeah,
if it was on, if he could listen to it on the radio, he would listen to it. So I just don't think he's used to it, and other people may
but
not be
no, but I
used to
do get what Mark is saying. Now
it. I
you
do.
have to have good commentators because
Yes.
commentating for something where it's on TV and radio is a little bit different. That's why I asked
Yeah.
you if they were using the same broadcast, and I guess sometimes they are and sometimes they're not.
For the pay per views, I know for sure they're not using Booker T and the guy from NXT who, I think his name's Joseph's. Uh,
Booker T's gonna be funnier. Booker T be funny as hell listening to on the radio.
So, Chris, we went through the matches. So now let's go through the segments. Let's go through the very first segment that started the show. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, the weigh-in. I'm gonna let you go first on this. What you thought of this?
It was weird. That's what I thought. I thought it was kind of weird. You had Oba come out and you know what I mean, they do the whole thing. He gets weighed in, and then Brock comes out and puts a padlock on the Hell of the Cell, and then
Yeah,
just taunts him from the outside. And then of course Oba throws a fit on the inside, beats up all the cops and throws the scale. I don't know. It was something was a little off on it to me. I thought they've done a pretty good job. I've liked all the other face-offs and promos and stuff, but this one, something was a little weird about it to me. It didn't hit with me as good as the other ones have for the build-up of this match, and I'm real excited for this match. And I think being in a Hell in the Cell is even going to help it. But yeah, I thought they missed the ball a little bit tonight on that promo. It didn't hit with me like has the previous weeks.
well, first of all, I had high hopes because I loved the visual that they had the cage there.
Yeah,
I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome. And then the weigh in, and then he weighs in. I, I I had a bad feeling once I seen the fake cops in there. We already did that. We didn't need to do that again. So I didn't like that. And then he locks the cage, like you said. I'd like the heat between the two. I would just rather that them two that Brock would have got in the ring and for me personally and would have weighed in and just them two get and just mouth some, and that's it. I think that would have been enough heat because there's heat there. I mean, everybody wants to see this match in Hell in a Cell. And hopefully it's going to be a bloody massacre type. I mean, just I hope it's physical as hell. It should be. If they're going to do it, that's what it needs to be, in my opinion. But yeah, the segment. I won't say it was terrible,
It was
but
something was a little off to me.
yeah,
I wanted to
with
see
the
him. I
others,
wanted to see him get a little physical. Like, I mean, this is
yeah,
going to be the last face off before. Where I was hoping to see him get a little physical, not be on the outside of the Hell in the Cell and kind of taunting them. Yeah, I thought it was a little different. But Josh, real quick, I do agree with what Josh is saying here that
yeah,
it will be a tool for the broadcast, the commentary people, because you'll have the NXT,
yep.
like the way the NXT, so you could have guys that could do stuff on the radio before you move them up to the TV product. So I do agree with that. Hey, what's up, Glenn?
Big Lynn. Yeah, I agree with Josh saying less would be more, but this like I said, when I seen the cage, man, I thought, man, this is going to be great, and it just kind of dropped the ball a little bit. It wasn't great. Uh, the other segment that I wanted to talk about, and I seen a lot of people bitching online about this. I'm gonna be honest, it was cheesy as hell, but guys, I loved it, and this was the Joe Henry and Danhausen sausage.
That shit was funnier than hell.
We had midget housings, we had the LA Clipper dancers. It was cheesy as fuck, but man, I loved it. And look, I'm a 63-year-old man. I may be a little senile. I'm not quite 63, but almost, but a little senile. But I loved it. I thought I thought it was funny. Uh, uh, I thought the only thing I would say, I thought they should have beat the hell out of him a little bit more. When Dom, I even like Garcia what he did. Ryan Garcia, the boxer, he's in the Congo line going around the ring, and he gets in, grabs the guitar, and knocks the crap out of Joe Henry. I think he should have hit him harder. That would be my only problem there. And and I think maybe they should have messed up Danhausen a little more. So I really enjoyed the segment. I even went. We'll go into this real quick. Then they go into the back, and you see midgets laying around in the back,
Yeah.
and a nurse over there, like a nurse over there, and the general manager comes in, and he's talking to Danhausen that we got to stop this, and we got to figure this out. And he says, human money's on a pole. So we're getting human money's on a pole at SummerSlam. And I've never been real big about stuff on a pole match, but look, Danhausen's involved. Man, but there was a lot of critical people online. I think most of them, in my opinion, were people from AEW who are upset that Danhausen left AEW and is having so much success. Why are you going to hate on somebody that's got so much success? The dude, it's just I mean, it was definitely what it should have been. I mean, like you said, kind of a B movie type thing. That Danhausen, that it was awesome. Chris, what do you think?
I don't know how anybody can hate on that. We're getting the human monies on a pole
That
match.
whole match. I
How
didn't know
how
I
crazy
needed
does that sound when you say that? Human monies.
buddies.
But it was cheesy as hell. But I was cracking up the whole time. Danhausen trying to dance because he's watching, trying to stay on. And there was times he was off on the
Yeah,
claps and stuff, but it made it even better. But yeah, I thought Garcia was good, and then they came out. But the part in the back I was killing because they should pan the camera. And Danhausen has his head on a fucking computer keyboard. He's all
yeah,
all jacked
yeah.
up, and the midgets are laying around. But yeah, I liked it. You can't take you can't take everything so serious. Like it's a comedy segment. Like Josh just said, it's a cheesy ass comedy segment,
You
but it's funny as hell, and you need different things to break the show up, so it's not
exactly.
just a flow through show of where it's everything's pretty much the same. You need that thing. That's a thing that draws people to professional wrestling because there's stuff for everybody. It's not all serious. It's not all cheesy comedy. There's not. There's something for everybody. If you're more serious or if you're more laid back,
Yeah.
there's like anybody can watch it, and that's why because you have different segments like that.
And I'm not hammering on AEW here, but I watched the pay per view last night, and 10 matches on it, and you see just match after match after match after match, and good wrestling, decent show. But like you said, you need something to break things up sometimes. And I think if they would have had a little couple things to break things up, could help make that a better show. Because how I mean, you see move after move after move, and you see a lot of the moves over again, over and over and over again, and it just becomes a bit, 4.5, 5 hours becomes a little bit much. And even on a regular TV show, Raw's a TV show. People turn in to see a TV show, not just a wrestling show. So I think some people get lost in that sometimes. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Uh, got a couple more segments. Want to get your thoughts. We'll get to the big segment next with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. But I want to get your thoughts on what you think about the Usos and Jacob Fatu, and now LA Knight and Royce Keys and Solo Sokoa. I tell you why, I'm loving Solo. What
I love Face Solo. I'm loving Solo Dolo.
I do too. I hope he sticks. I hope he don't go back with the bloodline. I fear that he will eventually, but I think it's give Royce Keys something to do. I think it's helped get LA Knight back on track. I think it's also Roman's kind of on his own. The only person I think may be getting a little lost in this is Jacob Fatu. Um, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. To me, I think the ones that are getting more lost to me are the Usos.
Okay.
I mean, if you notice that Jey Uso Yeaton ain't getting near the reaction that it was getting. There was only maybe, and I know with them being back with the bloodline, they're kind of hit more hills now, but still like he wouldn't get the reaction with the Yeaton like when he came out like he usually does. I think Fatu's still he's still getting a big reaction from the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
And
is.
so
I think the Usos. I think their reaction from the crowd starting to cool off some. I think they're the
okay,
ones that's kind of suffering right now, in my opinion.
that's a good point because there wasn't the reaction, and that crowd was pretty good tonight. And it wasn't. He didn't get as quite as big reaction as they normally do.
Solo's
I thought
hilarious.
Solo got a
Solo,
good
the way
reaction.
he came out, and just his body language in the white suit, and then the cracking the jokes, like he was. I thought he was great. I was impressed. I really liked what was Solo had going on. I thought and even L.A. Knight. I thought L.A. Knight was good on his little promo when he came out and then started walking to the ring. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought they made that team of Keys, Knight, and Solo look strong going into SummerSlam. So I thought that segment done its job. Like they made that team look like a formidable opponent to the bloodline going into
Yeah.
that match.
Well, we'll see if you've watched the show SmackDown over the last 2.5 months. This has been building, and it wasn't always perfect, but these guys were going to get together, not get together, and I think they did a good job with it. I believe in this match. Uh, some people think, oh, it's a throwaway match. I don't think it's a throwaway match. I think it's an important match on this show. I think it's a big match. No, it's not top tier. It's not top 2 or 3, top 4, but I still think it's a big match on this show, and I think it's going to be a great match. So I like that segment. Um,
But I really like that Solo's getting more time on the mic and he's getting to show his personality some because like I said, I, I thought he was great tonight. I really did.
yeah, I agree with Josh. He's becoming one of the big features, on the
Yes.
show. I agree with that 100%. Now let's get into the last segment on the show. Uh, this is going to be the main event on night 2 on Sunday. Seth Rollins versus and Roman Reigns face to face. I loved Roman come out first, and then uh, before he could go into his spiel, Seth Rollins' music hits, and then he comes in the ring and puts up the ones and asks, tells everybody to acknowledge him. And I thought that was great. I love the stuff that was said. I wrote this down because I really liked it. Seth told Roman that he is the tribal chief. He is the biggest star in professional wrestling. He is the head of the table. He had to fight and claw for everything. Seth did, but said that the only thing that he is not better than him at, and the one thing that he owns Roman's ass in, is in the ring. I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved Roman stuff that came back. I thought this was a good segment. I don't know if it was the best segment them two have had because they had some good ones early on, but I thought this was a good segment. And the fact that Roman finally got mad and punched him and had him down, and then goes out to get the chair, comes back in, gets caught by Seth and gets a stomp, and did that stomp quickly, and then boom, get the picture, and then they go off the air. So I thought this was a pretty strong segment. What do you think?
Um, I really liked it. It made up for the opening part of the show where I thought that one was a little. I thought that promo with Lesnar and Femi was a little off, but this one I thought was spot on. I really liked it. It was kind of weird to me, and it was just not. And I'm not bitching. It was just different. Roman only said like one sentence the whole time out there, like. But most of it was all Rollins talking,
Yeah,
and Roman said one sentence. Rollins cut him back off, and then Roman hit him, and then boom, like you said, he got the chair and then got stomped. So like a lot of times Roman talks quite a bit. He really only had like one, maybe two sentences in that
that's
whole
true.
segment.
That's
But
true.
like I said, I thought the segment was done well. I liked how after Rollins stomped him, it was over. There wasn't nothing else. And like I said, it gave me that little bit of violence toward each other that I was hoping to get out of Femi and
Yeah.
Lesnar that we didn't get. We got with them. So yeah, I thought it was a great segment.
Yeah, I agree. There was one early on that they had a face to face that I thought was really great. Uh, I didn't think this quite topped it, but I thought it was very good. What do you think of this as a go home show? Do you think it was a pretty decent go home show? Do you think it was a great? Do you think they missed the mark? What do you think?
I thought it was a pretty good go home show. I'd probably had it right around like I'd give it an 8.5, and I
Okay.
probably would have had it maybe a little bit higher. Other than like I said, that opening segment was the really the sour note for me of the show.
Okay. I would have probably given it higher. I wasn't quite as strong as you were. I give it a 7 3/4. Um, like you said, promo heavy. I thought the wrestling on the show was pretty good tonight. I thought that was solid. I did. I thought the opening segment, especially after it really disappointed me after I seen the cage, man. Because I seen the cage, I thought we was going to get something big, and it just kind of, like you said, just kind of fell flat. And but I thought they made up for it. I don't know how long they can keep up using Danhausen so much, but right now I think it's great. I mean, the dude's Wait, think about it, man.
When he was playing playing the organ one handed, he has the other hand up, and Joe Hendry looks back at him like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like that the whole segment was just hilarious.
Yes,
Like,
yes. 6 months ago, 9 months ago, who would have thought we'd be seeing Danhausen in a feature match on SummerSlam? So
well,
I
especially
think I think
especially
it's
if you
great.
if you think about the reaction to his debut, because remember his debut, the way they
Yeah,
kind of done that, it didn't come off real great. Hell, like the live crowd there kind of didn't know what was going on there at first.
yeah,
So from the way he debuted to now, like yeah, like I said, you see him everywhere. Like
yeah,
I'll be watching sports and boom, Danhausen pops up. Like it's just
yeah. He's
right now he's hot.
been on NXT. He's been on SmackDown. He's been on Raw. Uh, yeah, he's if he's not number one, he's in the top three of
What was it last week? They had
SmackDown.
him. They had him in two or three different. He was out the ring two or three different times last week on Raw.
Had three segments. Last week had two this week. So I mean, he's a big part of it, and I think he says he's selling all kinds of merchandise. The fans love him. Uh, is he for everybody? Maybe not, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yep,
Yes,
I
he
agree,
has.
Josh. He's stuck in his 5 minutes, and he's definitely ran with it. Well, Chris, that's all I've got. Is there anything else you need to do before we'll plug some shows and we'll get out of here? Anything you wanted to touch on?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything I had wrote down. I think
But
I
yeah,
think we had a pretty good first show. I'm sure once we
yep,
we get
yep,
rolling and get a little more how we're going to
yep,
do things, it'll
yep.
get even better. But yeah, I thought we had a pretty good first show.
Yeah, and we'll be doing these on Monday nights and on Friday nights. So be checking that out. Just give you a little bit of heads up. Gonzo Sports Room. Hey, tomorrow we got Gonzo's Wrestling Room tomorrow at 6:30. Normally on Mondays, but we got a special Tuesday show tomorrow, and then we're live Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday nights at 10 o'clock with Gonzo Sports Room, and we also have uh, 8 o'clock on Thursday Face or Heel Pro Wrestling Talk. We'll try to plug a little bit of In Your House. Tomorrow night, Josh and Kevin Calloway will have their Raw review show. Usually, I think it's around 6 or 6:30. Check them out; do a fantastic job, man. Great. I try to watch that every week. Uh, then on Wednesdays, they have the In Your House WCW watch along with House and Josh. And on Thursdays, you catch Josh and uh, Mr. House and myself doing the AEW watch along show. And then on Sundays, they have the house party. So, and they have Brennan guests. They just had Jawan Thomas on yesterday, and it was with a great interview and somebody that we know pretty well and we like a lot. So don't see him much anymore, but because we don't go to the same
And
places he does.
he been on our show a couple times.
Yes, he has, and yeah, been a while, but yes, he had been on our show a couple times, and he actually been on OVW recently, so that's good for him. Congratulations to him, and hopefully he keeps moving up. But yeah, a lot of great content on In Your House, a lot of great content, hopefully on our network too. So check it out. And Chris, if you ain't got nothing else, I say let's get out of here. We'll be back on Friday with a SmackDown house party, I believe. So after party, excuse me. So everybody have a great night.
Yeah, make sure you check out In Your House Wrestling on all their wrestling podcasts and all the social media. Also, check out their new website,
Website.
inyourhousewrestling.com. If I
Yep,
remember
I believe so.
correctly off the top of my head.
Uh,
But
yep.
go check that out. Also, check out Gonzo Sports Room on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all social media as well. This has been the Raw After Party with Gonzo and OG Tony. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.